Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to go over how to do the current assignment for Wassily Kandinsky on Google Drawings. So when you're in your classroom, you should see this Google slideshow. This show is about the artist Wassily Kandinsky and his idea of abstract art. So abstract art means that he paints using colors and shapes, but doesn't really paint specific things. Like, you're never going to look at an abstract piece of artwork and be like, well, that's clearly a house, or that's clearly a dog. Instead, it's a little bit up to interpretation of the artist or the viewer. So here you see an abstract painting. It just uses shape and color, but doesn't represent anything in particular. This can also be called non-representational art. So when we looked at this in class, a couple people said that it reminded them of donuts or the target symbol. Really, it's just circles, but what the viewer sees is up to their interpretation. We also talked about how colors can represent specific feelings. So how do these make you feel? A couple people in class said that this black background piece made them feel, a little sad because it's got lots of blacks and blues. They also said it reminded them of outer space or planets, and even that this big blue and black with a little bit of white here looked like an eye. This piece made them feel a little bit anxious or crowded. It was kind of busy looking. Some people said that they saw a view of mountains in these triangles. Other people said that they saw a boat, and some people even said that they saw music notes. So our goal for today is to create an original abstract artwork that introduces yourself using the key on the next slide. So here is the key. It says, add a triangle for how many people live in your house, add a circle for each year you've been alive, add a square for each pet you have, make the square the color of your main pet, add a wavy line that is your favorite color, add 2 donut shapes that are the color of your eyes, add a rhombus for each door your home has that leads outside, add a diagonal line for each window on the front of your home, add some horizontal lines the color of your hair, and add a vertical line for each tooth you've lost. So in order to create our assignment, I'm going to go back to the Google Classroom. Now this is a test assignment so that you guys can see it as student view. Otherwise, you would click on the assignment that said Wassily Kandinsky or Art Project 1. So when I click on my assignment, I need to hit View Assignment. Then I can come over to the side, hit Add or Create, and go all the way down to the bottom where it says Drawings.
Okay, I'll try it.
You can see across the bar that it says Google Drawings now. And I can click on that and it's going to bring me to my assignment. The Google Drawing page opens up and is completely blank right now, and it has this kind of weird checkerboard background. We want to make sure that we're getting rid of that background. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a shape, and we are going to just drag and draw our shape over the entire background. So my mouse has to be clicked as I'm drawing this shape, and you can see it comes in automatically filled in blue. I don't really want that blue as my background color. I think I want to choose a different color. So in order to do that, I'm going to make sure that this shape is clicked on. If it's not clicked on, my paint bucket doesn't appear. But when I click on it, my paint bucket shows up. I can click on that and choose the color that I want as my background. Then I'm going to start by creating my triangles. It said to create a triangle for how many people live in your house. My house is only me and Mr. Burke, so I'm going to make 2 triangles. If I want to duplicate my triangle, meaning I want to make a second one that's exactly the same, I can make sure that it's clicked on. It has this blue box around it. Then I'm going to press Control D. D stands for duplicate. And now I have 2 triangles that are exactly the same. I could also make my triangles different. That's up to you. Using this tiny blue dot that's sticking straight up, I'm going to click on it and just drag my triangle so it's a little bit different. It's going to turn it and make sure that I can add it however I want. Now again, I'm using the paint bucket to change the color of my pieces. I have to make sure it's clicked on and this is around before I get my paint bucket. Now the next thing I'm going to show you how to do is add a wavy line. I know that some people have a little bit of a hard time with this, so I wanted to go over how to do a line. The rest of the shapes you're going to do pretty much the same way. So to add my wavy line, I'm going to come up here to the line tool, but I'm going to use this little arrow pointed down next to it where it says scribble. Then I'm going to click and drag my mouse to make my design. So in this case, I'm making a wavy line. And I'm going to unclick when I'm done. Now you can see it's highlighted right now, but my mouse still looks like a plus sign, meaning it's going to draw another line if I try to click on anything. So what I'm going to do is just come back up here to the select icon, and now my line is selected. I can change my color, not with a paint bucket, but with the line color. So the line color looks like this little pencil with a colored line underneath it. And it said to make it your favorite color, so I'm going to make it this purplish color. Now, this is a really skinny line right now, and I think I want my line to be a little bit thicker. So while I have it clicked on, I'm going to come up here to my line weight icon, which is the 3 lines, a thick, a medium, and a thin, and click on that. Now, the PX stands for pixel, so it's telling me how many pixels wide it's going to be. So if I click on 16, we can see that's a lot wider now. So I would add squares and make them the same color as the pets in my house, in my case, cats. I would add in my, let's see, it's a circle for each year that I've been alive. My donut shape's the color of my eyes. But now I want to show you how to make a line. So you can make a line using the line tool again, or the way that I like to do it actually is by taking and using my rectangle tool and just making a really, really skinny rectangle. So that skinny rectangle is already thick. I don't have to worry about changing the line thickness or anything like that. And it said to add some horizontal lines the color of your hair, so I'm going to make mine red. And to make it a horizontal line, horizontal means side to side, I need to grab that little toggle on top and turn it. So if we're pretending that this whole thing is done and I've got all of my shapes on there, it's time to turn it in. So in order to do that, I just click back onto the assignment page and I click submit. In this case, it says resubmit because I was using this test classroom for something else earlier, but your button should just say submit or turn it in. And once it says submit or turn it in, you're going to click the turn it in button and it will get sent to me for grading. If I grade your artwork and it has a grade on it and it has a comment and it says something really positive, that means that you're done. You don't need to hit resubmit. If I hand it back to you, if I return it to you, and it does not have a grade on it, and it says something like, this is a really great start, but make sure you're adding all of the shapes, that's when you would add your shapes and then hit resubmit again. I hope that helped and made it a little clearer to understand, and I can't wait to see your artwork. I will see you in class pretty soon, I hope. Have a great day.